Really. So that whole walk, I don't know if y'all even got it. I was trying to show you what I was wearing and the person I'm using. This is old. Do y'all remember this? I don't even remember the name of this Louis Vuitton, but I was watching a Louis Vuitton collection video and I thought, you know, I'm not going to go buy new Louis Vuitton. I got Louis Vuittons. Oh, and my suitcase is so heavy because it's so full of stuff. But I want to show you my outfit in case that other video doesn't show. Because, number one, I'm wearing this necklace from Noonday, remember? And that's one where they try to fair trade different countries and help people get out of poverty situations and trafficking situations and that. And that's similar to this outfit that I'm wearing. This is my caftan from Bacasa. And then I'm wearing a bracelet from Chico's to give a little bit of a different look. And instead of the big, I don't know if it was cotton or what, the other earrings, I gave those away. They're $100 earrings, but the reason I gave them away is this, they would look really good on this lady that saw them. She goes, I'm in love with your earrings. I'm like, then you can have them because my neck is too short for this. And so I wore just some gold earrings to kind of make this a little more modern look, but it's kind of 3D squares. I don't know if you can see that. My husband got these for me. Just like, these are 3D squares. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, the other ones, I really liked them, but my neck is short and they kept hitting my neck. And a couple of you said, I mentioned it to y'all, and a couple of you said, oh, well, Beth, that's what we like about it. Looks really cool, but it was just kind of annoying every time I turned my head that it kind of stopped, kind of jerked on the earring hole too. That's never good. All right, let me, listen. It kind of sounds like wooden wind chimes. Those bamboo wind chimes that you pay a lot of money for. Yeah, well, I could just go hang my necklace up outside if I want to. Anyway, I like it. Oh, let me get it under there. And it's never wrong. I keep like trying to fix it, and it's never wrong because it's 3D, and so it doesn't have to be a certain way. Okay, what else do I want to tell y'all? For about 2 or 3 days, I've been wearing the Maybelline, I think it's called Superstay Ink. And I gotta say, it really stays on. Like, it stays on till the next day if you don't take it off. And for the nights that I've tried to take it off, even with Neutrogena waterproof remover wipes, I had to really scrub my lips to get it off. Now, that is bad, because I don't want to have to scrub my lips that hard with chemical, you know, to wipe something off. I know that you do like sugar scrubs and stuff like that to scrub excess skin off your lips. So why is that any different, really? Because there's chemicals in those kind of scrubs too. They're not all natural. Even if you did an all natural, even if you did just sugar. And you know what? Your skin is an organ, so does it take the sugar in? Why do you think you can't like spray with something and people say, well, you know, it doesn't hurt if it gets on your skin? Well, just look at Honest to Pete. I can't tell, did that just cut that off again? Okay, I am just gonna cut off all notifications because I'm getting annoyed. Not really. That was a notification from my company to update my password, but why? Almost like somebody else is trying to get in. It just did it again. Very, very weird. Weird way to start the weekend. Sorry, hands on the wheel, Beth. There's the beehives. We have beehives on the property. They are so cute because they've been painted white with little red Chick-fil-A emblems on them. The bees don't care. They're happy. They know they're Chick-fil-A bees. Some people are like, are y'all trying to raise your own honey? No, we're trying to help the world. Bees, we need to help the environment. Just like we need to get rid of those hammerhead worms that was on my little baby velvet wrapped around her little leg. And I was like, what in the world is that, a baby snake? I was so scared. I got a big old wad of paper towels and grabbed it, hoping I got the head of it. And then I noticed it was like a hammerhead, and I thought, I never seen a snake with a hammerhead. Now I know poisonous snakes have a pointed versus a rounded. Actually, that's not true, because coral snakes are poisonous and their nose is rounded. But we know the pointy head ones, like an arrowhead, them guys, they poisonous. So anyway, when I pulled it off, I put it out in the monkey grass because I have a hard time killing any animals. Can you? I mean, that's so ridiculous. Who goes out when it starts raining and picks up worms and throws them back into the grass? Which probably isn't good because the ground's water saturated, which is probably why they came out of the grass onto the pavement. But they're going to die on the pavement, so I'll throw them back. Then I have to go inside and wash my hands because who knows what worms have on them that I could be collecting a disease. I'm a weird person. I am. I know I am. I even religiously am. I remember when I was growing up, all my Barbies had to have the 3 crosses in order for us to play. I did. We would go outside and we had those little horses. What are they called? They're ceramic, not ceramic. They were horses, hard plastic horses. They're about that big. And they were collectible, and you could even get the little baby ones, which was that big. And we would play with them outside. And I would, in order for them to run through the grass, I would have to find a mound in the yard and go get 3 crosses. What would that be? 6 pieces of wood, like branches, and some pipe cleaners or twist ties. Or sometimes I would use grass as long grass and tie a little knot, but I would make 3 little crosses, put them on the mound, then we could finish playing. Is that the weirdest kid you ever heard of? I even had one in my bedroom, and my mom even thought it was weird. She's a Christian. She's a Christian in heaven. Yes, she's seen the Lord by now. I miss my mom, though. It's so good when a Christian goes to heaven for them, but sure isn't for those who are still here. God, you don't want to be one of those that's left behind in the end, y'all. Please consider Jesus if you haven't already. It's a sad feeling just to be left behind while you're waiting to get to go. And of course, you can't speed that up. No suicides. Don't try to speed up your ending. I've had a friend that did, and a preacher at the funeral said one of the most profound things. My friend had suffered from depression. He'd just been through a breakup, and he just couldn't take it. I think he's trying to make a point to make her feel bad, but obviously he wasn't in his right state of mind. And that is the point that the pastor brought up, is that in his right state of mind, he would have never done this, but he wasn't in his right state of mind. And so it's very important when you get depressed to reach out to your friends. If you don't have friends, reach out to someone. Y'all, if you're not in a church, you need to find one. Find a church body. You can reach out to me. I'm not a professional counselor, but I am your friend online, and I do care. I genuinely care. And but I'm not going to solve all your problems. Here's who will solve all your problems if you'll keep your eyes on Him. No matter what comes up, you'll be able to handle your problems, and that is Jesus Christ. He is our friend. He has sent the counselor, the Holy Spirit, who can live within you and be your full-time, all-time friend, counselor, comforter. He can also kind of move your spirit if you're doing something wrong to let you know, stop that. But we need that. We need that. It's nice to have friends, someone to talk to, someone to rant to. But the bottom line is that does not really help. What really helps is turning to the Savior. And He can give you joy, actual joy, in the midst of a heartache or fear. He can take that fear away from you. But it requires one thing on your part. You have to look to Him. You have to make the decision that I will turn my eyes to Jesus. Remember when Peter did it? He could walk on water. But as soon as he took his eyes off of Jesus, he was back to seeing the problem. And that is the problem. That's what we all do, is we start looking at the problem, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more insurmountable. And Jesus looks at it and says, what, that? No. And it's like, oh, so you're going to get rid of it? He's like, no. But I'm going to be there for you in spite of it, and it will be enough. My grace for you is sufficient. He said that to Paul the Apostle. There's never been a person walking on this earth better than John the Baptist, per Jesus Christ. But of all the other people, Paul the Apostle went through the most, and he did the most to start churches in the faith to be carried on. Half of the New Testament, at least, maybe more than that. I need to see what is that number. Was written by him, the letters to the churches. Once he started them, he wrote them, and then he wrote them again if they had problems. So the ones I have, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, stuff like that. He had to have another talk with them. But anyway, or maybe he just needed to encourage them because they were being persecuted. So, and this was the guy who said, God, will you get rid of my problem? Will you get rid of my problem? Will you get rid of my problem? And Christ said, nope, nope, and nope. My grace is sufficient for you. Now, it wasn't for a lack of faith, and it wasn't for a lack of holy living that Paul was told no. It was because Christ tries to show us we can't live in the flesh and trust him. Sometimes the flesh, and it was a thorn in Paul's flesh. We don't know what it was. People always try to figure it out. It's like, that's not even important. What's important is he turned to Christ, and it was still enough because Christ said, hey, here's the deal. No is the answer, and my grace is sufficient for you. It will be enough for you. My relationship with you, my desire to be with you, even though you don't deserve it, will be enough for you if you'll keep your eyes on me. That's how Peter was able to walk on the ocean. His physical feet were able to walk on a liquid. Not a problem for Jesus. He made the liquid, and he himself walked on liquid. So that was the second time we saw someone walk on water. So, I mean, y'all, I think the answer is when we turn to each other, yes, you can be a listening ear, but if you're a Christian friend, you need to pray with your friend. Just stop and pray. And then encourage them, hey, you know what? I'm here for you. If you need a physical hug or a physical ear or someone's mouth to give you advice, but really what you need to do is turn to Jesus in your quiet time. That's what we should be encouraging each other, that, y'all. So y'all, half the time when I'm ending a video, I have no idea what originally started me talking about whatever I'm talking about. And I have no idea whether this is going to even upload or not because I had to start it 3 different times. I don't know what's up with that either. Y'all, I'm starting to see some stuff that I'm going to put in the fall giveaway. It's going to be awesome. I went to the Christian bookstore and got the Bible that is going to be, oh my gosh, it's going to be so wonderful. Exclamation. It's going to be so incredible. And I've got a really good palette. I'll tell you about them. Love you, bye!